Hello everyone, my name is Long Clay. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to do another market update in Arizona. Specifically, this show happening every Monday around this time of the week, of the day. All right, so let's take a look at what we have. Okay, let me turn this on and turn this off. Also, today is a little bit different view that I want to share with you in regarding to the real estate market in Arizona. And specifically today we are going to look at, sorry, I kind of moving around, getting the information for you. I kind of want to share with you this information right here. Again, this is, I call it, it's actually a comfort market index, okay, which is created by the Comfort Association in Arizona, which is a very reliable real estate resource in Arizona. And everything, all the important number that we're looking at is this column right here, the second column right here, which show the index, the comfort index of all 17 big cities in Arizona. And as you see, every single one of them is more than 100, which is very normal. We already see this a couple of times, right? Why do I say about 100? Because the 100 is the standard index showing how strong the seller market is. The higher than 100 points, the the stronger the seller market is, right? So every single city you can observe that, you can see that they're all more than 100, which is really normal. We already seen this a couple of times, which is not very important for the topic of today. The topic of today that I want to talk about is actually this column right here. We've been not we've been not looking at this column very often. And let me explain to you, the green one is to showing it is in favor of the seller, and the red one is in favor of the buyer, right? As you can see right now, we have more than let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, more than 10 CD that is favor to the buyer, red, right? And then 7 CD is actually moving towards more seller, right? But the point is we have 10 CDs now moving favor to the buyers, right? And for that reason, we may thinking that, hey, the market is going to slow down. The market is going to slow down because right now more and more people more difficult to sell the house right now, right? Because it's moving. When I say moving favor to the buyer, it means that the buyer has more power, right? One thing that I have to emphasize that all of these are still higher than 100, so the seller is still have a little bit more power than the buyer. However, though, it is moving toward the buyer side. Why, you may ask? Because the market has been growing for such a long time. It's like 2 or 3 years already, right? It's growing in the seller market, and the price keep increasing and increasing and increasing every single month, every single year. It potentially reached to the point that is too high. The volume, the price is too high for the buyers to look at that, and the buyer to even buy it. So the demand, which makes the demand slow down for that reason, because it's too high. It's way more. The buyer cannot afford for the same house anymore, and it seems for them unreasonable for them to buy it, right? So for that reason, it's moving toward the buyer for those 10 CDs. But we don't foresee that the home price is going to be decreased anytime soon, because the total like when we combine all 17, all the area, the comfort index is still moving toward the seller about 0.4%. So it still favor the seller if we are looking at the whole picture, right? Yeah, and as I told you, the price is too high, right? So it discourages people to buy, or they can the supply is so low that they're getting tired of looking for houses because it's whatever it's taking too much time and they cannot get a house. When they see the house that they like, they don't even have they cannot win the offer, so they get the a feeling, a emotion that they don't want to move forward anymore, and therefore the demand is less. But it doesn't show any indication that the price is actually less. Okay, how can I say that? We are going to we are going to looking at the another index. We are going to talk about another topic, is that it is the percentage, the success rate. Okay, the success rate, which basically show that, hey, if we have 100 houses listed in the market, how many of them are successfully sold by the same listing agent, right? Or by successfully sold by either that listing agent or the other listing agent, right? So that is the really good indication of how strong the market is, right? Because if there's a lot of listing, if there is a lot of listing on the market, but none of them get sold, meaning is that no one wants to buy a house, right? So we're gonna look at this chart right here. I'm trying to put it up real quick. Hold on a second. So looking at this chart right here is also another chart that created by the Comfort Associates. And as you see here, this is the percentage, the success rates. Right now we are at about 93%. We are at the 93%, which is extremely high. Extremely high, because if 100 houses get listed on the market, that's about 93 houses get sold. So for that reason, the demand is still there. We see that the demand is still there, right? 93 homes get sold, meaning that 93 people or even more are still looking for houses on the market, right? And as you see here, this is actually the highest success rate for the entire, from 2004 up to now. So this is the highest success rate, listing success rate, okay? This is also the best indication of the market gonna slow down. If we see that the rate is below 80, now we're gonna start talking about how we may have some concern. Obviously, as you see here, this is one of the example. When it is reaching 82, it is about March of 2020. It's about March of 2020, right? So it's about the time that we have starting the COVID pandemic. For that reason, it slowed down the market a little bit, but from there, it's keep getting higher and higher, better for the seller, right? Meaning that the house gets sold very easy, very quickly. So that is one chart that I want to show you. This is the best, again, this is the best indication of how strong the market is. Okay, so to summarize everything, even though we see that nowadays, even though that we see that right now at this time, more and more cities moving toward more favor to the buyers, right? However, though, we still have a really strong demand, which show by two indexes. One is a Comfort index, is still above 100, meaning that it's still a seller market. The two is the listing success rate is still above 80%. That means that the house gets sold very easy, very quickly, and the extremely easy process for the seller. And then it is also at the highest point, from 2004, within the last 16 years. So to be able to make the price go down, the couple of things has to happen, right? The Comfort index has to be in the more buyer favor, less than 100, and the listing success rate has to be less than 80, which is a very long way for us to reach that way. Even though we already reached the maximum index, Comfort index, we still have a long way to start seeing the price to go down. So there's nothing for us. If you are owning a house, there's nothing for you to worry about yet at this time, because you're still having a lot of buyers on the market and the price if you're getting the house onto the market, you could be easily sold it within a couple of days. All right, that's all I have for today. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye bye.